Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. So this week we have been focusing on learning the difference between the even and odd numbers and how to identify numbers that are even, how to identify numbers and determine if they are even or odd. So today we'll practice some more of that, but we'll also add 2 to an even and odd number on today. Give it up. Okay, so let's start with the even numbers. Okay, could anyone go over? So what are the even numbers? Let's start with the very first one. What are the even numbers?
0, 2, 4, 6, 8.
Raising our hand. Thank you, Kinley.
0,
2, 0, 2. Okay, thank you, Dennis. What's the next one?
4,
4. Thank you. 0, 2, 4, 6. And then what's the last one? 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Good. So if we keep these numbers in mind as the even numbers, whenever we have to figure out if a number is even or odd, this will help us to figure that out, if that number is even or odd. Okay? So let's go ahead and move on to the odd numbers. So what are the odd numbers? The numbers are 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. What would the odd numbers be? Okay.
5.
That is 1. 5. I just said 1. 1. 3. 1, 3, 5. Okay, Dennis. 7. And 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Good. So
9.
these are the odd numbers. The even numbers are 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. The odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So that's the difference between the even and the odd numbers. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. If you want to. All right. Let's do the song. So even numbers are 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Good. So those are the even and those are the odd numbers. So let's look at when we have double digit, meaning 2 numbers, and this one has triple digits, 3 numbers. So 48. Whenever I want to figure out if a number is even or odd, what do I pay close attention to? The back number. So looking at 48, I look at only the 8. So will 48 be even, excuse me, or odd? Will 48 be even or odd? It's even because 8 is an even number. That's 24 and 24 make 48. 29, focusing only on the what? 9. Would 29 be even or odd? It is an odd number. We cannot split 29 in half. 9 is an odd number. 63, would that be even? Well, focusing only on the, now I want you to figure out. 63, would that be even or odd? It would be odd because of the 3. Yes, we have a 6 that's even, but it's only the back number that we pay close attention to. 63 is odd. 88. Would that be even or odd? Good. Yes, it's even because of that 8. Even. And 102. Would that be an even or odd number? Dennis, 102.
Even.
Even, yes, because of that 2, it's an even number. We can split and have it 41, 44. I think this one is 56. We'll figure it out. Oh, 51 and 51. Yes. Let's figure it out. 51 and 51 make 102. So remember, in order for a number to be considered an even number, you have to be able to split it in half equally. And in order for a number to be an odd number, that means we cannot split it in half equally. That's the difference between even and odd. So again, remember the pattern. Even numbers are 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and the odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, because you get a little sleep paper ready. We'll do a couple of things on paper today. Seven times words writing today because we have our test tomorrow. And then your last day writing them.
Oh yeah, this one in order.
Can't see it.
Do it as a sentence.
Disappear. No, I said write them.
Yeah.
I said no, write them. What? Oh yeah. Okay, everyone has their paper ready? Yes? Okay, so we're gonna do a couple of things on paper. So we'll start with coins. So I want you to draw out the coins today so that we can figure out the amounts. Okay, so I'm gonna put what the coins are on the board and you have to draw them just like I normally draw them. And I think we've done it before, right?
Yeah.
Where you drew the coins out before, but just as a reminder. So just like how I draw them, I'll put the circle and then I'll put the number for how much the coin is. So remember, dimes are worth 10 cents and a penny is worth 1. Okay, so the first amount I want you to draw is 4 dimes and 4 pennies. 4 dimes and 4 pennies. So you'll draw 8, that's 8 circles total, and you have 4 of them that have a 10 for the dimes and 4 of them that have a 1 for the pennies, and then you can count them. 4 dimes and 4 pennies. That's what you're drawing right now.
I just did the ones first. Did you have to do half?
You have to draw 4 dimes and 4 pennies.
How many is?
So draw 4 circles for 4 dimes and put a 10 in each of them. Then draw 4 circles for 4 pennies and put a 1 on the inside of it.
Like the estimate food. You put a line. You gotta put a line. I'm ready, Miss Moody. No. Miss Moody, these are 7 times. Yes, your name can go over I'm not smoking for you. I'm telling you that. It's not smoke. It's small. Okay. Mine is small. Now look. Look how small it is. I'm gonna write the answer down. Can you write the answer down?
Yeah, you just have to count it and write the answer. Okay, so what do we have? Anybody has an answer for us? 4 dimes and 4 pennies equals how much money? Okay, Joshua?
44 cents.
44 cents. Good. So 4 dimes was 40. Then 4 pennies, 41, 42, 43, 44 cents. Awesome.
Don't forget to say.
Okay, let's do another one. Let's do 7 dimes and 8 pennies.
8 pennies.
7 dimes, 8 pennies.
I'm gonna write this big.
7 dimes, 8 pennies.
Oh. I'm good. What numbers do you have to write inside of them?
How much is the dime worth? A dime?
Oh, that's crazy. Then what can I do it? Well, I think it's crazy. No, it's Mariah. That's my name. No, that's not your name. Scribble Scrabble is not your name. Scribble Scrabble. Yeah. Hey, Scribble Scrabble. Now I want to call you Scribble Scrabble.
Okay, do we have that amount?
Yes, ma'am. Can I do it? Could I do it?
Okay, 7 dimes and 8 pennies. How much money, Faye?
7 cents.
8 pennies? You're close. Count your pennies
I
again.
know.
Yeah, you drew just 7. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you only drew 7 pennies. Try one more. Yeah, one more penny and then count it again. No, draw one more.
78.
Okay, and now count it. Mm-mm. 78 cents.
I know it.
Okay, is that what everyone had? 78 cents, 7 dimes, 8 pennies. Okay. All right, so let's go to another part of the paper. let's go ahead. Since yesterday we learned how to number a clock, I want you to draw your own clock. So you're going to put a circle. Always start with the 12 up here, and then go ahead and number the clock, your clock on your own. Let's see. Yeah, somewhere down there. No, just the big ones. So yeah, so go ahead and draw a circle, and you will number your own clock. So always start with 12. Remember, that was what we talked about yesterday. We always start with the 12, and then go ahead and number the rest.
Can you sharpen my pencil? Can we do it on the back?
Yes, wherever you have enough space.
I have enough space right here. My clock is too small.
Watch your plug so it doesn't. So yes, draw your clock, and then go ahead and number it.
Miss Flugin,
Yes.
this is my clock that I made.
Okay, awesome.
Do I do it with the hands?
Oh yeah, I'll give you a time. I just wanted you to number it first.
Where is that at 10?
If you start with 12, you should do all the rest of the numbers that will lead you back to 12.
Okay, 12.
Yes, please, can you not do that so that they can focus? Thank you.
My 10 is not by the 12.
That's because you did them too close. You have to space them out. Look at the clock right there. That's a great example to show you how to number them. Remember, it's just 12, 3 is always here, 6 is down here, and then down.
I forgot to. What about space right here? Now can I put my arrow on a number? Now can I put my arrow on a number?
Yeah, I want to give it.
This like this, or like this?
That's right.
How you writing it? You got the look like up there. You didn't say the right two. Down what? The clock in a heart shape. I did the clock. That's what I do now. What? Your clock? Yes. Mine is a clock too. I have to do it. Oh, I know how to do it now.
Okay, let's see your clocks.
Mine.
Let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a time, okay? So let's show 7 o'clock. What would 7 o'clock look like on a clock? 7 o'clock. What would that look like?
A different clothing. Can we do the other time whatever we want to put? Can we do the other time whatever we want to put?
No, you can do 7 o'clock like I put right here.
7 o'clock. do the both of the arrows have to be on 7 o'clock?
Fine. All right, let's see 7 o'clock. Can you show me on the screen? Okay, good. So, okay, good, Avaya. Good. Okay, your numbers, yeah, the numbers are supposed to go around. See?
Like
They can't just be on one side. Yes, you see how the numbers went around the clock? Your numbers are just on one side. Okay, 7 o'clock. Okay, good. All right, good. So 7 o'clock. So that was just, I just wanted to practice how to number a clock again and how to show the time on the clock as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at our final thing on the board and we'll be done with math. So today we're going to learn how to add 2 to both an even number and an odd number. So we could say these are like +2 facts. Okay, so on the top row, I have all the even numbers 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, right? And so we're going to add 2 + 2 to each one of them. So I have 0 + 2. We've already practiced this fact. 0 + 2 will equals what? You can just tell me.
2.
2. Now we have what's called the twin. Because 0 + 2 is 2. 2 + 0 will also be 2. And it's the same exact fact. Whenever a fact is the same exact fact, they're called twin facts. The only thing that makes them different is that the order is switched. This one has 0 + 2 and this one has 2 + 0, but they're still the same type of fact. Okay, I mean the same fact. Next, we have 2 + 2, that equals
4.
Okay, this is a new one, 4 + 2. So I have 4 and then I'm adding 2 more. Nope, what would it, 6. 4 + 2 would equal 6. Same fact, 2 + 4 would equal 6. Next I have 6 + 2, I have 6. And then I want to add 2 more. 8. So then 2 + 6 equals
8.
Same fact, twins. Next I have 8 + 2, that equals 10. So then 2 + 8 would equal
10.
Same fact, twins.
So
Okay, those were adding 2 to the even numbers. Let's go ahead and add 2 to the odd numbers. So 1 + 2 equals
3.
So then 2 + 1.
3.
Twins. 3 + 2 equals 5. So then 2 + 3 equals 5. 5 + 2 equals
8.
6 + 2 equals 8. 5 + 2 equals 8. 7. So then 2 + 5 is
7.
7 + 2. 7 more. Add it up. Don't say an answer. Add it up.
No.
9. So then 2 + 7 equals. Next, 9 + 2 equals.
11.
And then 2 + 9.
11.
Good. Okay. So that's adding 2 to the even and odd numbers. So let's go over them together. So 0 + 2 equals 2, 2, 2. 2 + 2 equals 4, 4, 4. 4 + 2 equals 6, 6, 6. 6 + 2 equals 8, 8, 8. 8 + 2 equals 10, 10, 10. Odd ones. 1 + 2 equals 3, 3, 3. 3 + 2 equals 5, 5, 5. 5 plus 2 equals 7, 7, 7. 7 plus 2 equals 9, 9, 9. 9 plus 2 equals 11, 11, 11. Okay, so you will see those facts on your workbook page on today that you can practice. Today will be the even numbers, and tomorrow your workbook will have the odd numbers. Okay, so that's it for our math lesson. Any questions about math? Oh, we're good on math. About math, nothing else. A question means something that you're asking and I have to give an answer to it.
Miss Flugin.
Someone's asking me a question right now. What's that? 400.
Miss. Whenever we do facts, could we do a fact next time?
Wait, say that again?
When we do a fact next time, could we do a fact on a paper?
Well, it's the ones in the book for us to do it there. Okay, yes, Levi, you have a question about math?
Yes. So what happens if the even number is in the front and the odd is in the back?
Then it's an odd number. Because we
Okay.
only focus on the number that's in the back. And so if an odd number is in the back, then the number is odd.
What if there's two odd numbers?
Then it's odd. Yeah, then it's going to be odd because both of them are odd.
Yeah, we have one on the board, 8 plus 8 and the 8. So they both even.
All right, okay, so let's go ahead and move on to our writing. Yes.
Letters.
Science and social studies, that's what you need to go over. Page 35. Yeah, no ma'am, no ma'am. Have a seat.
Wait, which one is it?
Page 35.
No, I meant which book is it?
Writing your cursive letters. Oh yeah, I didn't. Okay, well we'll add that to the list today.
Okay, I'm doing my warm up. I'm just gonna now I'm doing it all. Can we do it all? Like, what one do you want me to do?
We're on 35. Page 35.
Right there. My ink fell off the paper. It's okay. I did 35.
Page 35, we're learning lowercase letter y on today.
Oh, you did it.
Okay.
Yeah, we did see.
Okay, are we ready with letter Y? If you're ready, Sonny, you can do it on the sleep paper. This is going to be the standard every day. So you can spell that if you did it already. You can just do it on paper. All right, so letter Y. I'll go ahead and walk you through it. So letter Y hangs off, as we can see that here. It hangs off of the line, just like some of the other letters that we've discussed already. So whenever we are doing letter Y, the first thing that we can notice is that it kind of looks like there's a U, a lowercase u inside of the Y, right? It does look like it a little bit. And it is a little similar to a lowercase u. So first thing we do is we start on the red line when it comes to Y. We are going to curve up. We go back down the same line. Make sure you touch the red. We do our like a U kind of, go up, go back down that same line. But instead of finishing the U, now I come off the line. I loop towards the front, close it, and that is how I complete a Y. Okay? Again, I curve up, go back down the same line, curve up again, Go back down that line and then come off of the line, loop towards the front, and we finish the Y. Okay? Again, curve up, loop down, go back down the same line, curve up again, come off that line, loop towards the front, and kick it out. Okay? So can we do line 1? And like I said, if you did it already, just go ahead and maybe practice a few of them on the paper, and you can just show it to me. And if you have the page that you haven't done already, you can work on line 1 and you can show me so that I can see what it looks like.
Miss Fulgen,
Yes.
all of my Y's are perfect. More? Oh, do you want me to put more of it?
That's fine. Just make sure it's line 1. I'm sorry, what did you say?
Here you go.
Okay, looks good. Thank you.
I like running like that.
Are we gonna spend time worried about that? Look in your book, and that'll help you. Oh, awesome, good. So it's letter Y. Just so you can go to letter Y kind of on time. Just completing that page. If you're, huh?
You're breaking up.
Oh, can you hear me now?
No, you keep breaking up.
Okay. Go back on the phone. Give me a second, I'm about to. All right, so let's start with chart 8. That's where we'll start. Okay? No, it's not. All right. THR says third, and 3. AR says R, and stars. CH says and church. OR says or in morning. OU says ow, and out. OW says ow, and owl. OW says o, and bowl. ER says and verse. UR says and nurse. IR says and bird. OI says oi, in coin. OY says oi, in boy. OO says in book. OO says ooh, in tooth. WOR says were, in word. IGH says I, in night. ALL says all, in ball. ALK says ok, in walk. Okay, let's go over chart 9. This is our new chart. Let's try it together today. So ING says ing, and pointing. KN says and not. GN says and not. ANG says ang, and bang. ING says ing, and king. ONG says on, and long. UNG says and strong. A-N-K says aink, 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 and bank. I-N-K says ink, 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 and wink. O-N-K says onk, 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 and honk. U-N-K says unk, 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 and trunk. W-A says wah, 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 and wash. A says and adopt. Y says E, and baby. L-E says and little. E-D says and wanted. E-D says and looked. E-D says and played. Good. I did see some people saying the chart. Thank you so much for going over the phonics chart. Okay. That's how we grow in our sounds, by going over them when we say it together. Okay, so today we're moving on to our next two sounds off of chart 9, which are A-N-K, ank, and I-N-K, ing. Okay.
Can I go use it?
Sure. Okay, so the first sound is A-N-K, ank, T-H. What's the word? Thank. Next one, I have I-N-K, ink. The word is?
Sing.
Sing. Next, A-N-K, ank, B-L, bull.
Blank.
Blank. Good. Next one, B-L, bull, I-N-K, ink.
Blink.
Blink. Pay attention. Next, A-N-K, ank.
Sing.
Sank. And then I-N-K, ink, and T-H.
Think.
Think. So they kind of sound similar. Ank, then ink. Sound a little similar to one another, but they're different sounds. So A-N-K says ank, I-N-K says ink. Okay. All right. So we're going to learn how to divide. So we have started learning how to divide syllables already. So remember, sometimes some words have double letters that we divide in between. Well, we'll do something a little different today. We'll learn a new way we can divide a word. So if you remember, we have been learning what's called root words and suffixes. Okay, we've learned what's called a root word and what's called a suffix. Trying to get it so that we can see it.
I don't know how to say it.
Yeah. Okay. Root word and suffix, okay? So sometimes when we divide words, we can divide between the double letters, but we also can divide between the root word and the suffix. That means put in our line in between them to divide it. So when I look at swinging, where would I put my line between the root word and suffix? Where would the line go? Naraya?
Swing.
Huh?
Swing.
And
circle E.
well, we divide between swing and ing. Okay, so syllables, sometimes we can divide between double letters, and sometimes we can divide between the root word and the suffix. So we have swing, root word, ing, suffix. Next, I have chirping. Where would I put my line to divide? Chirping, go ahead.
Put line in P.
Okay, between P and I? Yes, so we can divide between the root word chirp and the suffix ing. Next, I have boiling. Where would I put my line to divide? Boiling. Taylin?
You put it in the middle of that two
Well, that's an L. That's an L.
You put it
between the L and I. Yeah, between the root word boil and the suffix ing. Okay, good. Between boil, root word, and ing, suffix. So we can divide syllables between double letters, but also between the root word and the suffix, like here. So we have the root word swing, the suffix ing, so I divided between those two. That's another way we can break down words. Remember, syllables mean parts of a word. We're dividing it to break down the word so that it's easier for us to read the word, okay? So this is another way. And so you'll practice in your book. Everything that we usually do on the board, you usually see in your book eventually. Usually the next day
Dog.
after.
Dog. Dog.
Okay.
Oh, I did it. Dog, dog, bee, bee.
Yeah. All right. So next part. All right, so let's go ahead and learn about what's called plurals on today. Plurals. It's called plurals. So whenever we have the word dog right here, right? So everybody sees dog. So whenever I have the word dog, when I say the dog, how many am I talking about?
One.
Usually one. When I say the dog, that's usually just one. But now when we look at the word here that says dogs, that's a little different. Usually if we say the dogs were playing, how many could dogs with the S on the end be? Two or more. So sometimes whenever we want to describe, when we want to say that something is more than one, we will add an S on the end of it, right? Like I did here. So when I said dog, that was one. But when I add this S on the end, that is showing that it's more than one. So that's why we say sometimes words like dogs, when we're saying it's more than one, we just say it sometimes naturally, but that's because that S lets us know that it's more than one. So it can be 2, it can be 3, it can be 4, it can be 5, it can be all of those numbers. We just know that by having this S at the end, that it means that it is more than one. So anytime you are talking about a thing or a person, well, a thing, not a person, a thing, and it's more than one thing, you will add an S on the end of it to show that it's more than one. Again, I had dog, that meant it was only one dog. But when I say dogs with the S at the end, that means more than one. Same thing with the word bee. I have a bee. That is only one. The bee was flying by the flowers. The bee was flying near the flowers. That is one bee. But when I add this S at the end and say bees, that means that it's more than one bee. So I can say the bees made a hive. That doesn't mean one, that's multiple bees. It can be 2, 3, 4, 5. Just we know that it's more than one. So sometimes we'll add an S to the end of some words, usually things, to show that it's more than one. These are called plurals. You'll learn more about that in second grade. I'm just kind of introducing it to you this year. But whenever there's an S on the end of a word, that usually means that it's more than one. Now, not like a word, a regular word that ends with an S, like the word has end with an S. That doesn't mean more than one. That's not what I mean. I mean, whenever you add the S to the word, like bee is a word by itself, but when we add S, it becomes bees. That's when we turn something into more than one. Okay, so you will have this practice page in your book that will it'll be about pigs and things like that, and you can you identify which one means one and which one means more than one. So whenever you add an S to the end of a word, that means that it's more than one. You're saying that it's not just this one thing that I have, but it's more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, all right. So these are called plurals. Plurals. All right, let's do a clue card review.
Okay, let me play a game. Can we do the game today?
All right, so let's look at some cards off of chart 8. So we have OU that says ow, like in out. So you can unmute your screen so that you can say the answers if you're focused and ready. OU says ow, like in out. Okay, so this is something that we use whenever we want to bathe.
Wow.
We can say the answers. We can just say it today.
Flower.
Flower. We use flower to bathe. Flower. Next, OW says owl, like in owl. Okay, this is It's smaller than a city. And it's usually less people live there. You won't really find a lot of things there. You'll probably have to go into the city, but these are smaller than cities. A town. O-W-L, town. Good. Next, O-W says O like in bowl. Okay. This is what God helps a plant to do. We usually plant seeds to grow. Next, we have ER says like in verse. Okay. This is a pronoun. Her. Pronoun.
Serve.
Her. Next, UR says like in nurse. Okay, this is a nice gift you could buy for your mom. A purse. Yeah, purse. Yep. IR says like in bird. Okay, this is let's see. Yes, this is something that we wear. A shirt. We do wear a skirt that does have IR in it, but it's not on there. OI says oi like in coin. The opposite of quiet is
Noise.
noise. I always say that one, but yes, noise. Okay. OO says like in book. Okay, this is what you do in the kitchen. Cook. You cook in the kitchen. OO says ooh like in two. Okay, this is an animal we would find near a pond.
Goose.
Goose. Yes, a goose.
A goose is a white duck.
It's like a duck, but they're just like a lot bigger than ducks. WOR says were like in words. Okay, this is where we live.
World.
World.
You said the egg.
Yeah. IGA says I like in nice. The opposite of left would be to go
Right.
ALL says all like in ball. Okay. This is when we see that the clouds are dark, the sky is dark, the wind is blowing. That means we are about to get some rainfall. ALK says off like in walk. Okay, this is what you should walk on so that you are safe from the cars.
Sidewalk.
Yes, sidewalk. Yes, you don't want to walk in the street.
Sidewalk.
You want to walk on the side.
Sidewalk is a proper word.
It sure is.
Side and walk.
Side and walk. Yep.
Is that second word?
No, these are the charts. Okay, let's do a few here. ING says ing like in pointing. All right, this is where if you take a boat and you go in the middle of a river, then you are probably going fishing.
My mom would like to go fishing.
Yeah. KN says like in not. This is what we use to cut food.
Nice.
Yes. A and B says ang like in bang. This is something that bats have. These type of teeth.
Thanks.
Bangs. Bangs.
I saw that before. A real bat.
ING says ing like in king. All right. This is what people get when they get married. They get a
ring.
Yes. ONG says ong like in long. This is when you have a lot of strength, then you are very
Strong.
UNG says like in strong. Okay, this is what I use to breathe.
Lungs.
Good. NK says ain't like in bay. Okay, this is what you should tell someone when they do something kind for you. You should say, thank you. Good. And IEK says ink like in wing. Okay, this is what our eyes do. We don't have to tell our eyes. Awesome. Good. Good job.
Are we eating today?
Yes. All right, let's go ahead and get out your reading book. We'll finish our books today.
We need to do our reading.
You can get out your reading. We're on our very last story today. We're going to complete our last story today.
We done with this book. We done with this book. We done with this book. What? I don't know. I'm doing my reading. Which page? That's in your book says. Which page are we on?
Page 120 is where we are in our reading. We'll finish our books on today.
Yay!
So we're going to read about Gramp and the Kite. 120, 120.
Miss Fujins, can I read first?
Yes. Yes, Dennis. What?
Can I read first?
Okay. And you need to organize those things, those papers. And I don't know what paper that is on the floor, but you can put it in the trash. You may not need it.
Wait, what page? Which page? I'm almost there. This page and we're almost done.
All right.
This is the last one. No, it's not the last page. Yes, it is. No, it's not. This is not the last page.
Yes, it is. But well, this is the last story she's saying, not the last page. She's saying it's the last story. Okay. So 120, Gramp and the Kite. Go ahead, Dennis. Are you ready?
Yes. Gramp and the Kite. Vince said, shh. Will we must be still. Let's sneak up on Gramp. He just sat on that tree stump.
Okay. Okay. All right. So Ben and well, Ben and Will. Didn't say Will's name yet, but Ben and so yeah, I did. They want to sneak up on someone. Who are they trying to sneak up on? They're trying to sneak up on Gramp, and Gramp is sitting on the tree stump. Okay, so let's look at 121.
Can I read? Me?
Oh yeah, yes. No, who did I say that? Narayan. And then I'll pick someone, and then yeah, we have a page where we could do. I didn't say anything. I didn't even hear what you said.
What's up, love? This one.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Narayan.
And will creep up step by step. Just then Gramp spoke. I need Vin and Will. I need them to help me fly this kite. I They he
Get that E.
did
F.
held
Good.
a black kite with red stripes. I hope I can find them.
Good. Okay, so Ben and Will are creeping up on Gramp. So then Gramp starts to speak and he says, what does he need help with?
The kite.
Specifically, what with the kite?
Help.
Flying the kite, right? And so do you think Gramp knew that Ben and Will were sneaking up on him?
No.
No, you don't think so? Okay.
Yeah.
It could be yes or no. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't, right? So he's like, I hope I can find them. So let's look at 122.
Can I read it? Can I read it?
122.
Could I read it?
Come on, Taylin. Yeah, I will at least try that, but you know, it doesn't always work that way. Okay, 122.
Ben and Will gave a blue
E. Look at that long vowel E. Mm-hmm.
tree ran up to Grant and gave him a hug. We can help try
So
Grant.
look at that exclamation mark. You have to say it excited. We can help.
We can help.
More excited.
Then cried Grant had a big grin. Well, he said, I am Grant to see you. Let's see if this will fly.
Okay, thank you. All right, good. So Ben and Will are excited because they want to fly the kite with Gramp. So when Gramp says that, they jump in and they're like, oh, Gramp, we can help. We can help. And so Gramp was like, okay, let's see. All right, 123.
Miss Ludian.
Anyone wants to read 123? I'm trying to make sure everybody's 3. Okay, go ahead, Avaya.
Okay, it says Ben and Will had fun with the black and red kite. They did not let it
Look at the vowels. That's a long O, silent A.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Oak tree standing.
Not stand, SN.
Singing.
SN, and then that's one vowel, so that's a sharp vowel, A.
Snag. Tree snag. It. They did not let it crash into the shade.
E, look at your E.
Oh,
Sharp vowel E.
shed.
Yes.
Shed.
Shed.
They did not let the dog trip it up.
Rip it up. Okay, rip it up. Okay, so Ben and Will are able to fly the kite because Dad told them that they would, Gramp told them they could fly the kite, right? And so did they fly it correctly? Yes, because they did not allow it to crash into anything. So they are doing exactly what they had to do. Okay. All right. So let's look at 124, our last page. Go ahead, Kimmy. Just talking to her.
This one?
This side.
I wasn't talking. I was looking at this one.
This, yeah, but this side. Come on this side of me.
Oh.
Okay, so our last page.
We're doing our last. Hold on. This was a fun day. Fred said on the way home. Yes, Grandpa said, I am glad you let me find you.
Good. Okay, so did they have fun flying the kite with Gramp?
Yeah.
Yes, they did. They had a great time flying the kite with Gramp. Okay, so that is the end of this book, Tiptoes. We will start our new book, Stepping Stones, on next next week. Sorry, we will start our book, Stepping Stone. That's our next book that we're moving on to. So it's our third book already. Moving through the books pretty quickly. All right, so let's go ahead and cover our science and social studies lesson. Let's go over that, and then we will be finished for the day.
This was fast.
Well, not really, because we're finishing at the same time that we normally do.
45. Today on now it's gonna be 56A.
Yeah.
56 days.
Or something like that.
What page again, Miss Linda? 45. Finish the puzzle for either. I did because the one of the pieces. 45 was right after that page. 45. How's that puzzle? Yahweh. Yahweh. Jesus. We use the Yahweh sound. We always do it. That was our fourth time. Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and go over those lessons from,
Which page?
no, we're doing, 1 second. Can you?
Three, four.
All right, so let's start with our social studies. So
What?
we're on page 46. All right, page 46, My America is Beautiful. So remember, we are now starting our tour of America, meaning we are going to visit a lot of different states and see a lot of different things inside of our country. So our first state that we went to this week was called Massachusetts. Let me show you on the map again where it is. So Massachusetts, 46. Massachusetts is on the East Coast. Right here, as you can see, this is Massachusetts, right here. I told you Boston is a popular city in Massachusetts. So Massachusetts is up here, okay? Yeah, it's too small. So it's, So we're visiting Plymouth, Massachusetts. And that's where we were going to see Plymouth Rock on page 47. So Plymouth Rock is in the place where the Pilgrims landed. So when the Pilgrims who left England arrived in America, they arrived in Plymouth, Massachusetts. And there's a rock there, Plymouth Rock, which shows the place where they landed. So on the rock, they have the number 1620, and that's because that's the year that they arrived in America. That's why 1620 is on the rock. Okay, and so the rock broke in half over time, so they moved it into like an enclosure, as you can see on the picture, so that they could keep the rock safe and they could preserve the rock. So also in Plymouth, Massachusetts, we can also go to Plymouth Plantation, where you can see houses that were built just like the homes the Pilgrims lived in. The homes were designed to look just like a home that a Pilgrim lived in at that time when they were alive in the colonies. So you can also see the Mayflower 2 there. The Mayflower 2 was built just like the original Mayflower, which was the ship they traveled on to get here. The Mayflower 2 is a boat that was built to look just like the original Mayflower. Okay, so the people in Plymouth Plantation, they dress like the Pilgrims. They kind of give you an idea of what the Pilgrims what life was like during that time when the Pilgrims lived in Plymouth. Okay, let's look at 48. So we are leaving Plymouth, Massachusetts on 48, and we are going to our next state, which is right next door to Massachusetts. So we have Massachusetts right here, and we are going to New York City, Upper New York in particular. Okay, so we will visit the beautiful waterfalls in New York City, which are called Niagara Falls. So Niagara Falls is a famous waterfall that you can find in the state of New York. The water falls down 190 feet. So that's how high the fall is, and the water drops down 190 feet. So it is very massive, very big. I did want to show videos today, but I'll just post them probably because I can't because of the connection. So anyway, so the waterfall, the falls fall down 190 feet. Very beautiful. So Niagara Falls is actually not only in New York, but it's also inside of Canada. Canada is right next to New York, Upper New York. And the falls are on it. So it's on both sides. It's in Canada and it's in America as well. And so the name of it is Niagara Falls, but America has a name for it and Canada has a name for it. America calls it the American Falls and Canada calls it the Horseshoe Falls, but together it's called Niagara Falls. So it's very, very beautiful, a very beautiful waterfall between the border of America and Canada. And so that's a pretty picture there. Next, we have in New York, the Statue of Liberty, which we've already visited whenever we cover symbols in America. Just remember that Statue of Liberty is located in New York City, off of the coast of Manhattan in particular. It was given to America by France. America was celebrating their 100th birthday. And so France gave the Statue of Liberty as a gift to America. Sorry. Okay, so that's the Statue of Liberty. So those are our first two stops in our tour: Plymouth, Massachusetts, and New York City. I told you Niagara Falls is actually in Buffalo, New York City. If you ever want to see Niagara Falls, you go to Buffalo to see it. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to our science lesson for this week. So that's your social studies. Science page 45. Science page 45. We're moving on to our next chapter, which is on animals. Page 45 in science. Page 45.
God made the animals. These the animals. Large, big, small, medium, small, tiny. That's it right there is tiny.
Okay, so discovering animals. So this week in science, we just kind of did an intro to our lesson on animals. So God made animals. We know that God made all of the animals. They are living and breathing creatures, just like us humans are living and alive. Animals have a heartbeat, they breathe, they have a brain, they can move, just like we can as well, except remember, God gave us a soul and the ability to speak, like how we are now. Well, animals can too, but this is their own age. Anyway, so God made all the different kinds of animals. Some of them are huge, some are big, some are little, and some are tiny. But he made every single one of them, from the huge giraffe to the very small chipmunk and squirrel and all of that. The Lord made every single animal that we can see, whether they're all of them living, okay? So let's turn the page. So we talked about how animals learn. So we go to school to learn, but animals don't have to go to school, and there's no school that they attend every day. So we asked the question, how do animals learn? Well, they learn by what's called instincts. God gave animals these instincts that help them to know exactly what to do. No one has to teach the animal this. No one has to show them how things go. The animals automatically know what to do, and that is because of their instincts. For example, birds know how to build their nest. They know they have to get twigs. They know they need to get branches and all of those things so that they can build their nest. Beavers know how to build their lodges, which is their home. They know exactly how to tear down the trees. That's why the Lord gave them the teeth that they have. They know that they use their teeth to chop down trees. They know exactly what to do. No one taught them this. It's their instincts that God placed on the inside of them that shows them what to do. Some animals will hibernate, meaning they go into deep sleep during the winter. The Lord gave them this ability to hibernate. They know how to do it because God put it in them to do it. Birds fly south in the winter. That's another instinct they have. So these instincts that animals have are like, usually it's the things that they use for survival or food, to survive and to find food and things. Like lions know how to hunt and things like that. They know how to do all of these things because of their instincts. The Lord gave them the instincts that they have, and that's what teaches them how to do these things. They don't go to school to learn it. No one shows them. No human has to come and show them. It's the instinct that God placed on them that shows them what to do. So then on 47, we also talked about how God gave all animals a special seed on the inside of them. This special seed is what makes animals have their own kind. Like an elephant, we will not see an elephant have a baby lion. No way possible. If an elephant is having a baby, she will have a baby elephant. If a lion is having a baby, he will have a cub, which is a baby lion. If a deer is having a baby, she will have a doe, which is a baby deer. If a kangaroo is having a baby, he will have a joey, which is a baby kangaroo. So all animals have their own special seed, meaning they have their animal after their own kind. They cannot have any other kind of animal. That's how God made them. That's what God gave them when he gave them the special seed. They can't have all kinds of different babies. Okay, so next week we'll go into the baby animals, in particular baby animals that are born. And we'll talk about two animals in particular, opossums and kangaroos. Okay, all right, so that's our science lesson for this week. Okay, so on animals, their instincts, how they're living creatures, and how they're after their own kind. All right, so that is it for all of our lessons on today. So we covered our math, our phonics, we did reading, science, social studies, and writing as well. So tomorrow you have your writing, phonics, language, and math tests. And then on Friday, you have all the rest of your tests, okay? So that is it for us on today. yeah, that's it for us. So I hope y'all have a good day. Thank you for joining for the Zoom. I will see you all on tomorrow. Oh, yeah, bye-bye.